15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to 15-Minute Monday. Today, we're going to get right into it. I hope you guys had a good weekend. And the topic for today is how champions are made, fusing data and empathy to maximize team potential. And always understand these 15-Minute Mondays are a quick insight. If you need to know more, if you want to know more, you can contact me. I do team coaching as well. I have some teams that I'm currently coaching. So we do have a lot of tools and techniques and methodologies that you can use to coach teams to become champions. But today, a quick look, high energy episode. So let's get right into it. So you do believe that great teams are built and not bought? As a leader, you know that achieving sustainable success requires maximizing the potential of the team you have, not wishing for a dream team that doesn't exist. The key is developing a system that fuses data-driven insights with empathy, compassion, and an unshakable belief in human potential. When these forces combine, they form the alchemy that turns groups into teams and teams into champions. That's the way that you have to do it. And of course, there's no one size fits all. Every team has its own challenges. Every approach is different depending on what industry you're in. But there are certain rules. There are certain things that have to be done to build a team and make a team champions. And if you follow certain principles, you will be well on your way to create amazing teams. In the high-stakes world of business and leadership, the temptation is to rely solely on metrics, KPIs, and other quantitative measures to determine a team's progress and potential. But numbers alone do not inspire extraordinary achievement or unlock discretionary effort. For that, you need to lead with your heart as well as your head. You must understand your team's capacities and motivations at a profoundly human level. When you do, you'll be equipped to help each person push beyond self-imposed limitations and achieve more than they ever thought possible. The road is not easy when it comes to team leadership, but the rewards of building a championship team are life-changing. In this guide, I want to provide you with a small, quick blueprint to getting there. Understanding the anatomy of a high-performing team. To build a high-performing team, you must first understand the anatomy of one. Successful teams share several attributes, and here are some of them. Shared purpose and values. Team members rally around a common goal and shared values that transcend individual interests. They feel a sense of shared responsibility for achieving the team's objectives. If you can get that right, you drive your team. Interdependence. Team members recognize that they need each other to accomplish their work. If they don't, then there you already got the problem and the thing that you need to work on. They value each member's input and expertise. High-performing teams develop a we mentality, and that is extremely important. Trust and open communication. Team members feel comfortable being transparent and vulnerable with one another. They ask for and provide constructive feedback, share information proactively, and feel psychologically safe to propose new ideas. New ideas keep your team creative. Creativity is such a driving force in high-performing teams. Clear roles and accountability. Each member understands their responsibilities and holds themselves and others accountable for meeting commitments and delivering results. At the same time, they remain flexible in supporting each other as needed. Continuous learning and development. Top teams actively seek to improve by reflecting on successes and failures, providing coaching and pursuing professional development. They recognize that team development, like individual talent, must be an ongoing priority. And another one, shared leadership. Leadership is distributed among team members based on their strength, not titles or hierarchy. When the situation calls for it, anyone on the team may need to step up and lead. That makes a strong team. Shared leadership results in shared ownership over outcomes. By cultivating these attributes, you can transform a group of individuals into an integrated team poised for success. But building a championship team requires more than just understanding the anatomy. It demands leadership with backbone and heart. Harnessing data to identify team strengths and weaknesses. To build a championship team, you have to understand your team's strengths and weaknesses. Harnessing data and analytics provides invaluable insights to maximize your team's potential. Any data you can get, use it. Drive your team based on data. Conduct regular performance reviews. Formal performance reviews provide a structured way to evaluate each team member's contributions and growth opportunities. Develop clear key performance indicators to measure progress objectively. Review both hard skills and soft skills, as they are crucial for team cohesion. Be transparent about how reviews will be used to determine compensation and advancement. Analyze team dynamics. Never oversee the team dynamics. Look for patterns in how your team collaborates. Are some members more isolated? Do certain groups frequently clash? Use surveys, focus groups, and direct observation to pinpoint relationship roadblocks. Addressing interpersonal issues will boost team productivity and job satisfaction. Identify skill gaps. And skills assessment can reveal areas needing improvement across your team. Compare your team's existing competencies against the optimal skills required for your organization's success. Look for both technical and non-technical skill gaps. Develop training programs and mentorship opportunities to strengthen your team's weakest links. Track key metrics. Metrics provide an evidence-based way to monitor your team's progress and performance over time. Choose a balanced set of metrics, including leading indicators, employee engagement, work quality, and lagging indicators like sales, customer retention. Review metrics regularly to determine what is working, what needs refinement, and where corrective actions may be needed. Using data-driven insights about your team's abilities, relationships, and outcomes will help you lead them to victory. But never forget that behind each data point is a human being. Nurture empathy, compassion, and trust to truly maximize your team's potential. Fostering psychological safety through vulnerability and trust. If you miss out on this one, I will tell you it will backfire on you and you will create a team of zombies. To build a high-performing team, you must establish an environment of psychological safety. This means fostering trust and vulnerability amongst team members so they feel comfortable sharing ideas, concerns, and mistakes without fear of retribution. I have seen it in companies in South Africa, particularly where fear is the key to leadership and where intimidation is used and people are screamed at in open spaces. There's no safety. No one really wants to talk. No one even would talk to someone coming for an audit or whatever. If you are running a company like that, it is just a question of time until it will fold, or you are just surrounded by yes and amen saying zombies that will not be creative, that will not bring ideas. And sometimes it works, but I can guarantee you most of the time it doesn't. Express vulnerability. As a leader, express your own vulnerabilities to model the behavior you want to see. Share experiences where you felt uncertain or made an error. Admit what you don't know and ask for input. Your willingness to be open and imperfect gives team members permission to do exactly the same. Listen with empathy. When team members do open up, listen with empathy and understanding. Do not judge or criticize. Thank them for being honest and acknowledge how that must have felt. Your empathy and support will make them feel heard and valued. Build trust. Take actions to build trust over time. Be transparent in your decision making. Follow through on commitments and keep private conversations private. Admit when you are wrong and apologize sincerely. Treat all team members with equal dignity and respect at all times. Address threats. If you observe behaviors that threaten psychological safety, like bullying, public criticism, or favoritism, address them immediately. Explain how those actions undermine trust and team cohesion. Be consistent in redirecting harmful behaviors every time they occur. Failure to do so will damage team dynamics. Continuously reinforce. A psychologically safe environment requires continuous effort and reinforcement. Regularly check in how team members are feeling and reiterate your commitment to an open, trusting, and empathetic team culture. Make it a habit to express appreciation for the vulnerability and openness team members show. Fostering psychological safety is key to developing a winning team. With vulnerability, empathy, and trust, you create an environment where people feel free to take interpersonal risks, voice opposing views, and make and learn from mistakes. This is how champions are made. Another one, leading with compassion. The importance of emotional intelligence. I cannot stress that enough. Leading with compassion and empathy is crucial to maximizing your team's potential. As a leader, your emotional intelligence directly impacts your team's motivation, collaboration, and performance. Develop self-awareness. It is important. Self-awareness is one of the key factors. To lead with empathy, you must first develop a strong sense of self-awareness. Recognize your own emotional triggers and biases and how they influence your thoughts and behavior. Seek feedback from others to gain valuable perspective in how you're perceived as a leader. It's called 360-degree feedback. If you haven't heard of it, there's definitely a stepping stone that you are missing in your leadership ladder. Self-reflection and a willingness to acknowledge your weaknesses and mistakes will make you a more compassionate and effective leader. Listen actively. Make a genuine effort to understand your team members' perspectives and concerns. Listen without judgment and give them your full attention. Pay close attention to both verbal and nonverbal clues to gain insight into their emotional state and motivation. Ask open-ended questions to make sure you comprehend their point of view fully before you even try to respond. Address emotional needs. A leader who demonstrates empathy will recognize and respond to their team's emotional needs. Give encouragement and praise when team members experience wins or milestones. Also, provide support when they face difficulties or setbacks, whether professional or personal. Your compassion and willingness to discuss emotions will strengthen your connections and build trust within the team. And consider diverse perspectives. As a leader, seek to understand experiences that differ from your own. Recognize that people from diverse backgrounds or underrepresented groups may face unique challenges in the workplace. Make an effort to understand these diverse perspectives and address concerns with empathy and care. Foster an inclusive environment where all team members feel heard, respected, and valued. Leading with empathy and compassion allows you to motivate and empower your team. By strengthening emotional connections and addressing diverse needs with care, you can maximize potential and build a collaborative team poised for success. With practice and commitment, you can become the leader your team deserves. Creating a shared vision, rallying around core values and purpose. To build a high-performing team, creating a shared vision and purpose is essential. Rallying your team around core values gives them a common identity and motivation. Define your vision and values. As a leader, determine 3 to 5 core values that will shape your team's culture. For example, values like integrity, excellence, courage, collaboration, and innovation. Communicate your vision for what success looks like if these values are lived out. Help each team member understand their role in achieving that vision. Align individual and team goals. Work with each team member to set specific, measurable goals that ladder up to the overall team vision. Discuss how their personal development and key results will contribute to the shared purpose. This helps motivate them through a sense of meaning and impact. Reinforce your vision and values repeatedly. Continuously revisit your vision and values through team meetings, one-on-one coaching, and informal conversations. Look for opportunities to recognize and reward team members who embody your values. Their examples will inspire others. Discuss how key decisions and new initiatives align with your vision. This repetition establishes them as fundamental principles, not fleeting aspirations. Address misalignment quickly. Watch for any behavior or decisions that undermine your vision and values. Address issues promptly through compassionate yet courageous conversations. Explain specifically how the action did not align with your principles and the impact it had. Then, recommit to your shared purpose. Failure to address misalignment enables a culture where values are not truly priorities. Celebrate wins, both big and small. An essential part of sustaining motivation and purpose is recognizing achievements that advance your vision. Praise team members who secure a win, no matter the size. Express gratitude for the contribution towards the overall goal. Celebrating together builds community and renews a sense of shared purpose. Forging a team vision and aligning around values is challenging work, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Trust me. With a strong shared sense of purpose, your team will become an unstoppable force. So, as you have seen in these couple of points, building a high-performing team requires a fusion of data-driven insights and empathetic leadership. By implementing systemic intelligence to understand group dynamics and individual motivations, you gain the clarity to make difficult decisions and have hard conversations. However, that clarity must be balanced with compassion. Leading with backbone means driving accountability and high standards. Leading with heart means recognizing each person's humanity, listening to understand their perspectives, and forging meaningful connections. When you get the combination right, the results can be extraordinary. Teams coalesce around a shared purpose and values. Individuals feel motivated to push beyond their limits, and the team as a whole becomes far greater than the sum of its parts, able to achieve remarkable outcomes through cooperation, creativity, and collective commitment. The path to building championship teams is challenging, but for those willing to invest in understanding the systems and the people within, the rewards of resonant leadership and optimized team potential can be life-changing. The key is using data to inform, not replace human connection. With intelligence and empathy, you have the power to build teams that win. And if you want to know how to do that, if you need programs, if you want me to come in, consult, or help you coaching, or coach you and your team, make contact with me. I have fantastic ways, fantastic methods that you can use, systems that have been proven, that are data-driven. I can tell you, you can turn your team around. And if your team is already great, what stops you from making them brilliant and strive even more for excellence? So that was it for the 15-Minute Monday. I hope you enjoyed this high-energy episode. I hope you have a fantastic week. Take care.